Well, my name is Caron Shay, and how I got into basket making is it was around everywhere. Nobody was ever taught, nobody was ever sat down and told this is how you do things. It was just that it was there. I watched my mother when she was alive and making baskets, and I just simply picked up from her. And I tried it on my own when I was 12, 13 maybe, somewhere around there. And I'd make baskets, and I'd make little candy baskets about that big, that high, and I'd have to get a dozen of them to make $1. Then my mother passed away in 1993, and my father started calling out and saying, come on over and make baskets with me. Yep, yep, yep. And he just kept on calling and asking until finally I gave in. And I came over, and that's what got me started. I got back into it again, and it's been basket making ever since. Well, when I first started, he'd do the scraping for me and the gauging and all of that. But then after a while, it got to the point where it was, all right, I'd say, well, I need such and such. Well, go scrape it. Okay. So that's what I did. He got me into scraping and doing the gauging, the splitting, doing all of that. I can do it all now. Well, I do the curly bowls that my mother made all the time. I do the sugar bowls, the button boxes. I worked on my own. When I made baskets, I did them by myself. My mother, as I got into my teens, tried to teach me, but it was hard for me to pick up because everything she was doing was right-handed, and it was just the opposite from what I'd try to do. I'd had trouble with starting a cover, and she'd say, well, give it to me, I'll start it for you, and I can't. Because if I keep going, I have to go opposite, and I can't do anything right-handed. It was the alliance that got us signing and dating. Well, signing mainly, so that you'd know whose basket was whose. Dating, I don't know when I picked that up. My mother, she wouldn't teach us the native language. She said that she tried when we were little kids, and would laugh. And so she gave up. But I think what was behind it all was that she didn't know the English language when she started school. And she didn't want to go to school for that reason. And I guess that's what she was doing, is trying to spare us. Because if she'd used the native language, that would have been our first language, and we'd have grown up knowing that. But then would have had to go to school and learn to speak English. I'm sorry today, but I didn't care back then whether I knew the language or not. Dad said he learned it when he was a young boy, but moving away from home like they did, they got away from it, and he lost it. He knew it. He probably could understand it, I think, and know what they were talking about, but to speak it, no. When do I make baskets? Anytime I feel like it. I don't work outside the home, and if I needed something or wanted something, that's what I'd do. I'd make a basket or two and go out and sell it, and buy whatever I needed or pay whatever bill I needed. Buy groceries. I kept my car on the road. Brianna's learning. She wants to. She's got a bill that she needs to pay, so she's making the basket. She's doing it the way I was doing it. She's making the basket. She'll go over, take it over to the store, and sell it. They'll buy it from her.
My name is Briana Randall. I am her granddaughter. My mom wanted me to get into this, so she asked me when I was around 12 if I wanted to make baskets, and she said that I could come up for a summer. But mainly I've been working on baskets for, 4 or 5 years. And At first it was, I wanted to learn and it was all fun and I got to make baskets, and then I had to start my own baskets, and she would help me occasionally, well, a lot at first, and then she would stop helping because she wanted me to learn on my own. And then every time I would do a hoop on the cover, I would cut my finger. So after a while it wasn't fun anymore. So we kept fighting, and she kept trying to get me to make baskets, and I didn't want to make baskets anymore. And like a year or two ago, I got back into making baskets because I didn't want to let it go. I didn't want to stop. Yeah, those were my favorite. The curls work up so easy.
Yeah, you only put a dozen rows on there.
Do I go around once, like with the curlies?
Yeah, yeah. Go around once.
Oh, she starts things for me, and it's hard to go around that one row, and then I have to end that row because I have to work right-handed. It's all confusing.
Same thing that used to happen to me.
Yeah. Eventually, she started trying to start things right-handed for me, so it would make it easier.
You hear me growl.
Yeah. Okay, I went around.
Okay, now what you're going to do is take this, bend it down this way, and then bring it back up. Okay, it's got to come back up straight. But all right, now. Okay, now I've got that bent down there, but you're going to have to pull it. Let's see, it's got to go this way. Okay, like this, so that you got them even. Did you see what I did?
Mhm.
Okay, try it.
That's neat.
Yep, it is.
Like that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Cool.
You need an imagination to be able to see what that basket is going to look like the first time you do one, especially.
Strong hands too.
Yeah.
It's taken quite a bit for me to actually be able to gauge now and do all the harder stuff. Especially gauging standards, because the material's so thick. Right now I'm just having fun with the jars because I don't have to do a hoop, I don't have to do a rim for the top, I don't have to do a top.
Yeah. When I'm teaching somebody, I will tell them to watch what I'm doing, because a lot of the stuff is so automatic for me that I don't even think to tell what I'm doing. So, it's a lot of it is just watch what I'm doing and you'll see